Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leora and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be a ranking video, and I don't think I have ever really done that. I think one time I did like the 10 eyeshadow palettes that I would repurchase if I lost my whole collection or something like this, something in that like ranking thing, but like really ranking what I have, like my last purchases, I have not done yet, and I think it's actually a smart thing to do that once in a while, you know. So I today want to rank my last the last things that came into my possession that you haven't seen yet in my haul. Okay, so most of these things you have seen already, also me doing looks with it and also me introducing them in a haul or talking about them in a haul, but besides that, yeah, so that's the first time I'm doing this, and I have no idea. I have no idea how to do this. Anyway, it's going to be like 9 categories because not every palette is going to be on its own. So, and the first 2 things that I want to talk about is they're only ranking that low, sort of, because I haven't tried them yet. That is the only reason, okay? So the last place, sort of, and it's not really the last place, okay? I just really want to point out that I'm not saying that this is bad or anything. It's just because I haven't tried it yet. And those are the You Can Be palettes that I have showed you already in my haul. This is the Spotlight palette, and this is the Fruit Pie Filling palette. Let me just open this for you while I'm talking so you can see them again. And I was actually really grateful to you who have pointed out to me that, whoops, plastic falling down. This is the Spotlight palette. This is how she looks. And now the smell is almost gone. So that's what I was about to say when things fell apart here, that I was really grateful that some of you pointed out to me that I just should leave them open for a little bit and let them air out, because it's not the colors that smell, it's the paint that they use to glue in the pans, you know. So that was actually, it didn't even occur to me that that's what it could be. I immediately thought this is the paint that they use to mix the eyeshadows, you know. Yeah, you know, I'm a makeup baby. Okay, so this is the Fruit Pie Filling palette, which is also really lovely. Haven't tried it yet, really want to, just haven't gotten around to it, and I know that there are probably something like a lot of palettes on the way, and I don't even know how I'm going to do all this. So, and then there's also this highlighter palette that I had already shown you also in my haul video. And I saw while I was editing that the color scheme of this highlighter palette didn't even come across at all, because it's really beautiful. You have 2 different blues here. You have a light lavender purple here. You have like a darker leaning purple here and a peachy color. This it looks like a gold kind of a thing. I don't want to touch it yet, so I don't really know what this is. This is a white, this is a lighter pink, and this is a darker pink. So I think the color scheme in the palette is really nice. I can't wait to try it. I just really, I don't know, a bit overwhelmed these days. So yeah, then the next place goes to the Saharan by Juvia's place, which looks like this. I ordered that at some point during a sale, and I haven't gotten around to filming with it. It's a very beautiful palette. I especially like this tone here, which is like a rosé kind of a shimmer shade. This is really beautiful. I think it is maybe because the options of the mattes are leaning red and orange, and I'm just not feeling it too much these days. So I might just have to hold on to this a little bit till I'm feeling the look, because if you know me just a little bit, then you know that I'm very sensitive to the colors that I'm wearing in my clothes, in my wraps, in my jewelry, in everything, on my face, obviously. If I don't feel it, it's such a weight on me. And now you might think, like, if you are not like this, then you think I'm crazy. But for me, if I'm forcing myself when it comes to creativity and to color usage, if I'm forcing myself to do something that I'm not ready to do and that I'm not feeling, I will be miserable the whole day and I will regret it. And it's going to be not pleasurable. That's one say that it's not going to be a pleasure to apply it and to wear it. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be like a punishment. And that's why, and I'm just not feeling the orange right now so much. So that's why I'm just holding on to this. I know that the quality is going to be super good because it's Juvia's place. There is no reason why I should think it's not going to be good. It's just that I didn't feel it yet. So it has to wait till I'm feeling it. All right. Yeah. Just imagine to be married to me. That it's like, it's a challenge. All right. The next thing I think I want to rank is this. The Paradise bundle from Ace Beauté. I have done videos on those three. The light blue one I haven't done. That is the Slice of Paradise. The Slice of Paradise, which is a rainbow palette, more or less a rainbow palette. And again with this one, I could have done easily a video with this, but I haven't been feeling it. And I don't know why I haven't been feeling it. Maybe what threw me off is that there are only two shimmers, only this green one and the purple one, or something. I don't know what it is that just prevents me from filming with it. I haven't touched it yet. I don't know what to say. It's, you know, that's just how I work. That's why I have to be the way I am, because I just can't force myself. So that is that. The others you all have seen. This was, if you remember, this was a spectacular look. It worked so well. Super nice. Is this formula my super most favorite formula? I don't think so. Is it bad? Absolutely not. It was super pigmented. It worked well. It was buildable. I had absolutely no problem with this. So this was the classical Paradise, which looks like this. Also a super beautiful palette, color scheme wise. Very intriguing and enchanting. And then of course we had the Blossom Passion, which looks like this. And if you remember, that was the video that I did as a surprise collaboration for Anya Stamper, my YouTube friend here. And I came up with a very, the look turned out so much darker and so much more vibrant than I thought it would be, that I just I couldn't believe it. So anyway, that was that. This is Ace Beauté, the Paradise Collection bundle. Is ranking, what would that be now? Number 7, 6? I don't know. They're all ranking, of course, on one place. Then the next thing, and I did a video with this one, is the Nubian 2 from Juvia's Place. So that is a beautiful palette, sweeties. I think if you like colors, you might be in danger of underrating this palette, because it is super pretty and beautiful and versatile, more than one would think. So I really enjoyed working with this one, and the quality is absolutely spectacular. And I don't know, maybe it is also because I'm of course feeling the neutrals a little bit more now, not judging according to my look today, but I do feel in general, I do feel the neutrals more. Though I must say that if I have the chance, the choice between warm neutrals and cold neutrals, I would probably lean at the moment more towards the cold neutrals. And I don't know if that is because it's winter still or something. I'm not yet, you know, maybe that is connected to this whole thing that I'm not feeling the orange and all of that, but can't really put my finger on it what it is. It's just a phase that I'm going through, and then I'm going to vibe completely different in 2 months. I don't know. So anyway, the performance was absolutely spectacular. They swatched like a dream. It's super good quality, absolutely beautiful, and I think more versatile than I thought. Though I have to say that the mattes are really dark, and that is a problem. It's not a problem. It's just a thing that I have, or an issue that I have with a lot of Juvia's Place palettes, that there are a lot of dark mattes in it, and I always need something lighter because I'm a very fair person. So, but that is not an issue for me. I'll just pull in my Bone Color matte and maybe some other shade from a different palette, and we have absolutely no issues there. It doesn't mean that this is not a good palette. It's a very good palette. And if you are a person of color and you're looking for something, please. This is one of those palettes. There's also the, which one was that? Maybe I should, I have to go and find it. Just 1 second. Okay, here she is, the Saharan 2 by Juvia's Place, which looks like this. So everything I just said about the Nubian 2 also applies to the Saharan 2. The shimmers are absolutely out of this world. The mattes are super pigmented, super amazing, and just out of this world. But if you're fair, you'll have a problem. And I did a video with this and I did struggle because I tried to just blend out this shade on my lid, and that is like in my crease, like upwards, and that is crazy. You know, it's absolutely crazy. So you always, you have to pull something in, you know, if you're fair skinned. If you have a darker complexion, then you'll be absolutely fine. And this is going to look spectacular on you just the way it is. But for me, or for people who are fair, we just need to pull something in. But who cares? Like, we can do that, right? It's not an issue. Okay, so that was the Saharan 2 and the Nubian 2. Then the rest was really, really hard because I feel like I want to put like all of it on one place because I love them all to bits. Actually, I love all of it. Like, I have a big heart, you know, I love a lot. So that's just the way it is. So the next thing I want to rank is the Sample Beauty Equalizer palette, which looks like this. I've shown you this already a couple of times. I've of course filmed with this, a first impression. And back then I was still swatching because I was not yet plague ridden. Still have my rash. So anyway, so that is the Equalizer palette. I fell in love with this the second they've sneak peeked those two shades, the matte yellow and the shimmer yellow, the yellow shimmer. I fell in love with the palette because I felt that there is something super cool coming up, and they did not disappoint me. It is an amazing palette. It has this amazing feature of having the mattes here and then the corresponding shimmers here, and basically in the middle the neutral shades are working the same way. There's also mattes and corresponding shimmers, and that is just a super cool concept for me. I love this. It gives you so much to work with, and the quality is super nice. And if you have watched any of my Sample Beauty videos, you know how I like that. I'm super convinced of their formula. It is a super pigmented formula, vibrant, like you wouldn't believe, you know. So that is that. I really like the palette, and I would like I said, all of the palettes that are coming and actually that have been should be really on one place, but I gotta, you know, if it's a ranking, I have to rank it somehow. So the next thing, let me just put this to the side. The next one, wait, did I mention that I got this from Suzanne? Suzanne is one of my subscribers, and we're chatting so much about makeup and stuff. It's so nice because she has it going on. She knows a lot about like every brand, and that is just such a source of information for me because I know nothing. You know, I feel like I've just scratched the surface of the makeup industry or like the beauty community in general, and I really know so little, and she has so much experience, and that is just so how do you say that, like enriching? Does one say that? That sounds weird. For me, like, I really appreciate that, you know, and it's not, I hope it's not work for her to chat with me. But anyway, so she saw me raving about this palette and that I really like it, and she got that for me and she sent it to me. So just saying that is really amazing, and I'm super blessed by this palette, and I really love it. So that is that. Then the next thing is the Tarte Beauty Textured Neutrals palette volume 1. Let me just open this for you. It's also it's one of those palettes that I think for a person that loves colors, you would absolutely not think of that like as the first palette you want to have. It is way better, even for a person that loves colorful makeup, than it looks. And this is, as of right now, my new to-go-to neutral palette, because it gives you so much. It's very good quality, and I really love it. And also this palette I got from Christine, who is from Australia, and she has gifted this to me. She's one of my subscribers, and oh, thank you so much. I just like, this is beyond belief. You know, I never thought that I would have people who would voluntarily send me something, you know, like really. Okay, so there's also a very large, very nice, beautiful, big mirror. Yeah. And yeah, and the whole thing is with this palette that I could probably have gone without the sequins, because I really don't know so well how to use shades like this, you know? I don't know how to make them work in the sense of how do you get the most out of it without all the sequins, which is like the glitter that is in the mattes. how do you get the most value out of those shades without having everything like raining down on your cheeks? I have not figured that out yet, so I have not really used them besides swatching them a little bit. But swatching, they do absolutely amazingly, but I haven't used them on my eyes yet. But everything else I have used. Also, the glitters are super, super nice. I love them, and I love the looks that I've created. I think I've done one on camera and maybe two off camera. I really, really like it. So it's a very beautiful palette, and it's one of those things that I would never have bought for myself, because I would just not, like, I don't think in that way, you know? And I'm so super glad that I have it now, you know? So just say, learned a lesson from that. Okay, the next thing I bought on Black Friday last year, and that is the Damn It's Cold Elsewhere Cosmetics palette. Let me just show this to you. It is also a super spectacular palette. I have done a look with this, and I think this was also one of my most beautiful neutral looks that I have created ever in my whole life. And I've also used this palette afterwards. It's super pretty, and the formula is, it's something that I have not experienced yet. It is it's so smooth and silky, but there is something to it that is special. It's not just smooth and silky, it's something else that I cannot say. Not because I don't want to, just because I don't have the words for it, you know? Yeah, it's really, really pretty, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm so glad I have it, and I got this for $16 on Black Friday with free shipping, you know? So that is Elsewhere Cosmetics. I also know that they have just redone their website, so feel free to go and check out their new website, because that is a brand to have your eyes on. And if they're coming out with more eyeshadow palettes, and I like them from the way they look, I will definitely consider getting more of that, because it was very good quality. Okay, now we have two more places to go, and the number 2 is going to go to 2 palettes, and that goes to ColorPop. So here we have the Butter Me Up palette, and this is the Gimme Butterflies palette. I'm gonna first talk about the Gimme Butterflies palette because I did a look with this. This was the look that I did in a Chatty Get Ready With Me when I spoke about my very good friend who passed away. This was the palette that I used there, and I really, really like this one. It is just so lovely, and so it just feels so good. It feels so right for me right now, you know? So the rosy neutrals, I know it's not neutrals, but for me it's like, I call it rosy neutrals because for me this would be a neutral look, you know? So I really love this, and actually the palette that I used for my today's look is the Butter Me Up palette that looks like this. So this one of course leans much darker, so I think even combining those two palettes, let me just put them next to each other, would be a really good idea. I haven't done it yet. This is how they would look together next to each other, and I think that could be like you could get a I can't get myself together and talk properly. You could get a lot of beautiful looks out of this. Now this leans much darker, as you can see. The look is overall much like darker and more rich, or I don't know how one would say that, but and I had not used it. This was the first impression that I did today. I didn't film it because, you know what, I was just thinking, why do I put this pressure on myself to not use the stuff that I'm getting into my collection just because I haven't filmed it with it yet? It's such a shame. I want to use my stuff, you know? Like, who really cares if what I'm doing here is a first impression or if it's a third impression? Does anyone really care? Like, really? You know, just because you want to like hold a new, fresh, unused palette into the camera. I mean, I do get it, but on the other hand, like, why? Like, you know, I just want to use my stuff, and then when I want to film with it, and when I feel like I want to, then I'm gonna do it. And if it's then the 10th time I'm using it, does anyone really care? Like, is that such a big deal? Is that a thing? So yeah, so that's the palette that I used today, and this is the more like a lighter palette. A lighter palette that is a little bit more like lovely and not so heavy, and I think maybe a little bit more like user-friendly for most people. Yeah, and there was also a third one in this release. I don't remember the name now, but that was one that leaned orange, and that's why I didn't want it. So yeah, these two are spectacular. I love ColorPop formula. Really, like, if I only had ColorPop for the rest of my life, I could live, you know what I mean? So that is very good. And I also do not at all mind the pressed glitters in it. I love to use pressed glitters, which you also of course saw in the Damn It's Cold palette, because there's also in the middle shade was also a pressed glitter. Okay, so now we have that, and now for my first the Oscar. The Oscar goes to the Elysian palette from Cosmetics, which looks like this. So you have just recently seen a video. By the time you see this video, it's probably like a week and a half back or something. I released a video with the first impression of this. It was a video of like a chatty get ready with me, plus a first impression talking about anxiety and mental health, and that I was totally blown away by the performance of this palette. You know, the good thing was in this video, I was just talking and I was not even paying so much attention to what I was doing, because I was trying to like focus on what I was saying. But I just could not believe how the shadows built and built and built, and they kept building. And I was talking for like 40 minutes. And like, this is probably the longest first impression that I've ever done, because it was in connection with the Get Ready With Me, like chatty video. But anyway, but you see in the video how amazing these blend and I don't know, I can't even say. It's unbelievable. And then these, wait, which one was that? This one and this one, these two shades. When you put them over one of those mats, how it transforms everything and gets like super bright, and I just really could not believe it. I don't know, maybe those do too. I haven't tried that yet. And this really happened by accident while I was doing the look, that I was just dragging this shimmer over the blue matte, and suddenly the blue matte started to shine like crazy, like a dark shiny blue, and that was just out of this world. So this palette is out of this world, and I have, you know, I could rank so much more, because I have right now a palette with a package with 11 palettes on the way to me, and it has been stuck for like 3 weeks in customs. So in that package, there's also the Thin Ice palette from Cosmetics, which it's starting to be ridiculous, because winter is basically almost over, and I'm going to try to like use the Thin Ice palette now, you know. It's crazy, but anyway, I'm going to, but you know, it's kind of sad. It has been stuck forever there, and I don't know, it's just, you know, life in Israel is just, when it comes to trying to be a beauty YouTuber that is sort of a little bit on top of things, it's not easy. Like it's like I'm being boycotted. But anyway, you know, I cannot let that stop me. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff still waiting to come, and there's also a whole package that I also got from Suzanne, who also sent me the Sample Beauty Equalizer palette. She gave me a lot of makeup that she decided that she doesn't want anymore, but a lot of it got damaged, and I cannot touch it because we have a claim going on with the post office, because they probably, like, I don't know if they played football with it or something, but there is so much broken, we cannot, like, I cannot touch it, and I cannot repair all those shadows that are broken up until the whole thing with the post office is settled. So that's what it is, but I will show you as soon as I can. But it's waiting and it's there, and I'm so happy to have it. I just can't use it yet. All right, so that was it. Let me know what you think. How did I do? Oh, my first ranking video. I was a little bit nervous about filming this because I don't know why. Because it was the first time. The first time is always hard. Next time I think I'm gonna do better. I was looking forward to filming. That's not what it is. I was looking forward to filming because this is my happy place, and the second I can talk about makeup or do makeup, I'm happy and I feel so much better than I usually do. But I don't know, maybe it was really because I've never done this, and I also feel like guilty, you know. I feel guilty for giving, you know, the palettes of place 9 and 8 those places, because they deserve so much more, but like I have to rank it, and like, how can I do this, you know? How can I do this to my babies? You know what I mean? So yeah, that is that. I was a bit nervous about that, but I think my palettes will forgive me. I think it was a little bit entertaining maybe for you. And I just love to share a chatty makeup time with my girlfriends here. So that was that. Okay, so let me know what you think. And if you're new here, of course, please subscribe to my channel. And if you did like the video, give me a like. And I will see you here for my next video, which is going to be tomorrow. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Enjoy your collection. Don't wait for anything. Just use it and do it and enjoy it. And it's all going to be fine. All right, so go ahead and sparkle. I'll see you here tomorrow. Love you so much. Bye.